My name's Pete Longstaff. I started working with Mobil in 1988, and so I'm celebrating 25 years this year. And I started at the refinery at Corriton as product development chemist, and I did about 10 years, and I had the chance to leave lubricants for 10 years, and I only came back to lubricants about 5-6 years ago. And one of the things that really struck me was how things had changed. A lot of people perceive lubricants to be a very sort of stagnant, you know, they look the same, you know, they feel the same type of thing. But what really struck me was how lubricants and lubricant technology within Mobil had changed, and really also the knowledge and what we call the application expertise had really developed within Mobil and within the industry. So today, that's really what I'd like to try and touch on. The video gave a little bit of a flavour to that, but also just to really touch on the oil and gas sector in particular, and touch on how lubricants, which are sometimes, in my view, ignored and not really seen as a key priority, how lubricants can really help you to improve your safety, environmental care, and your productivity. So that's really what it's about today. And I'm going to go and try and be quite quick. The Aberdeen traffic hasn't given us a lot of time, so I'm going to go quite quickly. I speak quite quickly. That's a pretty common Scottish trait. So if I'm talking too quickly as well, please let me slow me down. What's key, I think, is to understand what we believe as ExxonMobil, what we believe the key drivers in your industry are. And I've got a slide here that really talks about that. I'm not going to talk about every point in detail, but what's key, I think, is that the drives in your industry are really productivity, energy intensity, safety, which is #1 job, and also environmental care. So these are the things that I think you're working 24/7. I hope you're working 24/7 to achieve within your jobs. And this is what we're trying to focus on as people who are developing leading edge technology to help you achieve these jobs. So as I say, I won't go through all of these bit by bit, but it's things like equipment reliability and availability, energy consumption and energy management and waste, energy waste, and then obviously the health and safety sides of things, which is nobody gets hurt, reducing human intervention into equipment, disposal of lubricants, etc., etc. So that's quite a big ask, if you like. That's quite a big, you know, how can lubricants actually affect that? And as I say, 10 years ago, I think lubricants would not have been able to touch a lot of those key elements. But with the development of lubricants within Mobil and the focus that we've really brought to the industry, I think we're able to address a lot of those issues and work with our customers to address those issues. So let's think about lubricants a little bit. How can lubricants support those drivers that I've just spoken about? Okay, productivity. You know, that's key. You know, that's what we're all in business. We're all actually in business to make money, and we try and improve our productivity to make our businesses more competitive in the world today. So what we need is enhanced reliability and availability, reduce maintenance cost, and increase the return on capital. Lubricants, and I hope after this morning you appreciate that lubricants, and we'll show you examples where lubricants have helped to increase productivity. Energy consumption. Again, a few years ago, lubricant technology wasn't addressing this issue. And now within Mobil, we have, over the last few years, we've introduced products that have proven energy efficiency benefits. So energy consumption, lower friction, obviously. The lubricant is integral to the friction within the equipment, within the machine, and reduced, you know, giving you reduced costs, giving you reduced CO2, reduced energy waste, etc. So energy consumption is another key area where lubricants can play a vital part. Safety, extended oil drains, but also things like reduced human intervention into equipment. If you've got a lubricant that requires changing less, you have less people doing that job, you have less stoppage of your equipment, you might have less working at heights, you have a lot of inherent safety benefits. And that's what the advanced mobile SHC technology can bring. And then, as we've touched on, environmental care, reduced CO2, reduced oil waste, etc., etc. Okay, so we've had the drivers of your industry. This is how we see mobile lubricants impacting those drivers. And we come to mobile SHC, which is our top line range of mobile industrial products, what we call problem-solving products, and really they are the key high technology products. So this slide here really talks about some of the key physical and chemical properties of mobile SHC, which brings these properties to you and helps with those to address those drivers of the industry. So longer oil life, for example. There you see this graph here shows a typical mineral oil, which is the conventional type of lubricant that you're probably using in a lot of your equipment. And it addresses the viscosity increase of a mineral oil versus mobile SHC under oil life. So what you see there is mineral oils actually exponentially degrade over time, whereas the mobile SHC on the bottom there, the oil lasts typically between 3 and 6 times longer than a typical mineral oil. So these are again some of the benefits: higher productivity, improved safety, etc., etc. The next one, this is quite important, particularly in the environment. It's a beautiful day outside, but as we know, it's not always nice in Aberdeen. You get some pretty severe temperature ranges. And again, the mobile SHC products have the ability to work in extreme temperatures, both low temperatures and high temperatures. What you want of an oil is you want at low temperatures the oil still to remain fluid, so at startup or during operation it can reach the parts of the machine that need to be lubricated. But at high temperatures, oils tend to drop in viscosity. All oils reduce viscosity as they get warmer. So you need an oil at high temperatures to maintain its viscosity and maintain the oil film thickness. So what we have, there's a parameter called viscosity index, and you find that the mobile SHC, the synthetic products, have a very high viscosity index, which gives you this protection at both ends of the spectrum. So you get cold temperature startup and protection, but you also, for example, don't get so many high temperature trips in your equipment, which can happen and give you a lot of downtime. Wear protection, fundamental. Obviously, you're not going to get reliability. You're not going to help your productivity if you've got a lot of wear and happening. So none of these properties that I talk about compromise the extremely good performance of mobile SHC in wear protection versus other products like conventional oils and cylinder oils. And I like this final one. This is, again, very new and it's a great indication of how technologies develop. This is talking about energy efficiency. This is an infrared picture of a gearbox, one with mineral oil, one with mobile SHC. And you can see the equipment is actually running hotter. I think it says here 13 degrees Fahrenheit with the conventional product. So that has an energy efficiency benefit, it has an oil aging benefit, and it gives you up to, with some products 3, some products 6% benefits in terms of energy efficiency. So again, I don't think a few years ago we could have touched on, anybody would have been able to talk about that. That is a really new development within mobile SHC. Okay. So the question is, that's the theory, that's the products. How are we applying that in the oil and gas industry? Where are those products being used? And what are some of the key elements? Obviously, a lot of the equipment that you have is turbines, reciprocating engines, diesel generators, gas engines, etc. And we have a key range of products for the applications of power generation, etc., that can really help you in those areas. So as I say, turbines, gas turbines, Pegasus products for gas engines, Delvac products for diesel generation. And I'll show you later, we have one or two examples from the industry where we've really shown the benefits in terms of, there's one in terms of millions of dollars in terms of the benefits in diesel generators. So if you were thinking about where to apply this type of technology, your turbines, generators, gas engines is a key area. Compressors, refrigeration, air systems, we have a range of advanced products for those types of applications. And again, you'll see some benefits. And then all of your equipment has gears and bearings. We have a range of products, Mobile SHC 600, Mobile SHC gear, some greases, etc., that can really help with your mechanical systems, your drawworks, cranes, mud systems, etc., depending on the application, depending on what part of the world we're in. So there's some of the areas that we see in the oil and gas, people using Mobile SHC technology for their benefit. And in case we didn't appreciate it, equipment failures and downtime can be extremely costly. Okay, thinking about turbines just for a moment, because I think my experience in the North Sea is we get a lot of questions about, cleanliness of turbine systems, what products, etc., etc. Some of our sales, a lot of our sales are related to our turbine oils. So again, what are you looking for from your turbine oil? Long oil life, deposit control, wear protection, etc. And that's the range of products that we have are products like Mobile SHC 800. We have some mineral products, DTE 700, DTE 800. We've actually recently introduced a new product called DTE 932, which is a product specifically designed to address varnishing within gas turbines, which is becoming more of a question mark in the industry at the moment. So turbine oils are one of the key areas to consider. And I said earlier that we were going to, we have some examples from industry, examples from our customers of where they've used these products. This one, we've actually got a video to follow my short presentation, so I'm not going to talk too much about that one. This one here is the Mobile SHC 824 was an interesting case. That was in the oil and gas industry. That was actually a refinery in Italy that was having a lot of trips and downtime because of deposits in the servo valves of the system. And they moved to Mobile SHC 824, which is a synthetic turbine oil. And they, since that and since working with our engineers to effect a good transition to the new product, they haven't experienced any trips or any downtime, which they used to. So the deposit issue within their system has been solved. And that's a saving of somewhere in the region of 230,000 euros, I think. So quite a significant saving in terms of what they were experiencing in downtime. So that's a good example. This one here is very interesting. You can actually see this as well if you look on YouTube, and either you sort of Google Mobile SHC, you'll see this you'll see a video about this in YouTube. This is using one of our newly developed products, Mobile SHC Pegasus, which is a gas engine oil used in a gas engine in the US, where they achieve 5 times longer oil drain performance versus the oil that they were using before. So that was in a gas compression setup in the US. Mobile SHC Pegasus is actually being developed, and one of the key attributes of Mobile SHC Pegasus is it brings energy efficiency to gas engines anywhere up to 1.5%. Now, if you talk to an engine manufacturer, and we have one here, to get an energy efficiency of 1.5% in any piece of equipment is actually a very big gain. And as I say, Mobile SHC Pegasus has now been developed and has demonstrated that level of improvement in efficiency. So a really key area. This final one was generators in Egypt, a company that operates 130 diesel generators. They work very closely with our field engineering team. They extended the drain intervals, tripled the drain intervals. They reduced their oil filter consumption. They got other spare part maintenance benefits. And with 130 generators, made a saving of close to $2.5 million. Simply through taking a progressive lubricant and maintenance agenda. Okay. So I'm going through this quite quickly. I don't have a lot of time. I hope today I've given you a flavor that lubricants can extend equipment life, can extend oil drain intervals, and also, which as I say is a very new development, reduce your energy consumption, which is key to aiding your productivity. And obviously in the offshore and onshore oil and gas industry, I think it addresses many of the drives that you have within your industry. So I think if I click this now, we go into a short video.
Hello, I'm Travis Lale, a proud member of the team behind Mobile Industrial Lubricants. Every day we hear success stories about customers who rely on our flagship Mobile SHC synthetic lubricants. That's because they're formulated with advanced technology to help meet or exceed our customers' most demanding needs. Today I'm here in Tinton Falls, New Jersey, and I have the pleasure of sharing with you another of our Mobile SHC success stories. Here at Monmouth Energy, they take methane gas and turn it into a reliable source of electricity for local businesses, schools, hospitals, airports, and the like. Monmouth Energy has exceeded 90,000 hours using Mobile SHC 824 in their Solar gas turbine. Now clearly that's something that we're proud of, so let's go inside and take a look at their operations.
The power that we produce here is actually sent onto the power grid and is distributed throughout anywhere within the Northeast to supply approximately 12 to 15,000 homes. What we do here is we extract landfill gas and direct it through a series of pipes into a processing plant. We do some purification to the gas and send it into a gas turbine that is coupled up to a generator to generate electricity. We keep up with all the preventative maintenance that the manufacturer suggests with filter change-outs and such. We're coming up on a big milestone here. One of our turbines is coming up on 90,000 operating hours, still with the same original charge of oil that was put in when the units were first installed approximately 13 years ago. But the biggest factor, I believe, is using a very high-quality lubricant such as the Mobile SHC 824. Yeah, based on the latest results we've gotten, the oil has shown no significant breakdowns at all, and we look forward to using this oil for some time to come.
For more information on how you can increase your productivity, visit mobileindustrial.com.
I hope you thought that was better than me actually trying to describe that. I think it's a very good short little video just to show you some of the benefits. I mean, just as an aside, you know, methane gas coming out of a landfill site is actually a pretty severe application. That's, you know, the gas will be quite aggressive, even although they do some cleanup. So, you know, to get 13 years out the charge of oil, and it's still going, is, I think, pretty impressive. And so I'd just like to thank you. I hope in this short presentation I've managed to make you think about lubrication and maybe where it can help you in your day-to-day jobs and improve the competitiveness of your business. And we're obviously around to help you with that cause, you know. So thank you very much.